What do you guys make of the Giants Playground in the southern parts of Africa? Was it built by actual giants?
Well, we have a similar thing to the Giants Playground here in England, down in the south sort of Exmoors and Bodmin Moors, where you have these huge sort of round stones that from a distance look like they're balanced on top of each other like a child's, stacking toy. When you get up closer, you'll realize that these stones are still actually connected to each other, so they haven't actually ended up being fully eroded away. And so you'll find several of these ideas of the Giants Playgrounds around the world, including, I think it's in Namibia, that the one in the southern part of Africa is. If you get up close, the one from a distance, they certainly look like big building blocks, right, that you put together. But when you actually go and look at geology, these are sandstone blocks a lot of the time. Sometimes they're granitic rocks. But when you go and look at them in situ, if you like, in a big wall face, you'll find that there are lots and lots of bands of softer rocks that are running through them. Now, if you expose these to the right elements, the softer rock simply gets destroyed, and you end up with these big blocks that look like they're now sitting on top of each other. So they're certainly not the playgrounds of giants. These would have had to have been impossibly large giants to be able to actually be so. But we are just dealing with a really unique phenomena with erosion.
Now, biblically, yes, there were giants, but you look at the Bible and these were about 10 feet tall. That's not going to do you much good for being able to pick up these rocks. No. And if you're going to have to use physics, which I think many of the structures were made with, I've got an interesting story for you. When I was at the Desert Research Institute, we participated in this citywide competition, and it was different sports. Well, one of the sports, and keep in mind, I worked for the Desert Research Institute, a collection of scientists. I was like the most stout scientist in the group. But one of the sports was tug of war. We dominated at tug of war. We would win every year. And the newspaper came out and asked us how. Well, you can get a whole lot more skinny, small people onto a tug of war rope than you can big people. And so we would take on the weightlifting clubs, and we would beat them because, 12 or 13 little people was much better than 8 giant people. You didn't need giants to build these structures. You just need
lots of little people. Yeah.
And you needed some brains and you needed skill, and the more people you put on the ropes, the better.